Good morning people, today we are going to be reviewing this, and this is the Samsung Jet 90 cordless vacuum, and with that we also got the Samsung Clean Station, and we also got a soft action brush. So we're going to be reviewing these over the next few days, see if they're any good or not, but we got this off the Samsung website, and I would recommend getting it off the Samsung website because at the moment, even if you do find it cheaper elsewhere, they'll actually refund you the difference, and there's also loads of promotion codes you can find online. But if you do that right now, you can get this whole setup for £672. And I said though, you can probably find a discount because if you go on the Currys website, just for these two, you're paying more than that. You're already paying £698, and that's without the soft action brush, because this is about £50 pretty much everywhere you look, give or take a couple quid. So let's open them up and let's see what's inside. Ready. So in here we've got quite a lot of stuff in it. So we've got pads, the instructions, the plug, I think that's the battery adapter, some attachments, the Hoover itself. Look at that. There you go. Oh, no trigger. Oh, right, it's a button. I thought it was a trigger. So you've learnt something already. So, the insert, big old pole. We've got the actual Hoover attachment. Apologies if I say Hoover. I know what I mean. I mean vacuum, but from London. So, it picks it up as a Hoover. Another attachment. Got the battery. There we go. Yeah, quite small. Quite light as well. We've got a piece of plastic with some screws. More nozzle. I don't know what's in here, we'll open that in a minute. And that's really heavy. What is that? We'll open that up in a sec. Put that there. Nothing in there. And that is an empty box. That can go over. So, I'll get everything out and then we'll go through it. So that is everything out of the box, and Samsung have done the same. I don't really understand. You've got this all inside a cardboard box, which is then inside like inserts of cardboard inside this cardboard, and yet they persist to put plastic bags around everything. And there's about 15 items here, and each one of them's got plastic wrap on it. It's just such a waste. But anyway, to the actual thing. So we have got, in terms of attachments, we have got this. This is a flexible tool, so basically it just makes it a right angle. I'm having to read this off the tablet because there's a lot to go through here and I'm trying to get the correct names for you. So that was a flexible tool. We have got the battery here, which is a 21.9 volt. Doesn't say the amp hour on it. No, I can't see the amp hour on it. We have got the turbo action brush, which is just your standard head attachment. And then we have a mini motorized tool, which this one actually has like brushes on it, and then this one has like bits of rubber, so it's kind of like a squeegee. I believe it's the same thing, just smaller. We've got, it is called the combination and extension tools. So basically a soft brush head, and then obviously your bit to get inside tight little spaces. This is the spinning sweeper brush, which is actually really heavy. Looks quite quick, looks really cool. But you do get one set of pads, two set of pads, and then you also have these disposable wet cloths, and they're inside like an actual sealed bag. So I'm going to presume once you use it, you haven't got long on them before they dry out. I'm not sure if this is actually two sets or if this goes on and then you put this on it, but we'll find out in a minute. We have, I'm not really sure what this is. I believe this is some, if you want to mount it to the wall. You've got some screws and some raw plugs in there. And then this and this go together. This is like the docking station, and this thing is really, really heavy. Like this is proper heavy. And then that is how you charge the battery. And because I believe that that stands on there and then that clips onto that, again we'll go through it. And then the Hoover itself, along with the telescopic pole, which doesn't actually go out that much. So I'm gonna just put it together and see how it works. So, due to the energy crisis, shall we see if there is actually any charge in this battery? Is there? So, it just slides in like that, and then we just press the on button. And so I've never had one of these before, so obviously I'm kind of guessing along with hopefully you viewing it. So this is, I'm going to presume, is going to clip into here. Then you've got the telescopic bit out like that. Now you have a Call of Duty gun, and then if we want to attach, we'll just say this one. But you can't get it the wrong way around, there's like 3 pins in it and stuff like that. So you just push it in, and we are attached. There you go. So with this all connected up, I'm going to get the weight of it, but I did see some reviews of this. I know you can't see it due to the table, but I did see some reviews and they said that, oh, it's quite short, as in, like, you have to crouch down to use it, but I'm 5'9", and I'm having to, like, I'll show you a better video later, but I haven't got to curve my arm. I mean, realistically, I can bring this down. That's on its smallest setting, and I still don't need to crouch down, so I'm not really sure what some of those reviews I saw online are all about. But that clips on quite easily, and then if we want to take it off, we press this button and then it slides off. So let me try get the charging dock set up. We'll see how easy that is. So I did just put this together because I was a bit confused, but the way to put it together is like this. So you get the plug out. The plug's actually quite short, as in the cable, so once you plug it in, you're not going to be able to, what's this, maybe about 3 foot at full length, so once it's plugged in, you're not going to be able to move it that far. And that plugs in under there. And then, so this is your docking station. You grab the telescopic thingamabob with the 3 attachments on it, and then that slides on like this. There is a small little hole in there, so it does only go one. You can put it down both ways. I'm not sure if it'll work the other way, but that's the correct way it goes. And there's a little screw in the box that we screw into here to hold it in. And then we've got this. This is the actual battery charger itself. So we whip the plastic off of that. That only slides in one way. There is another little red button on there. So once you put it in, you can take it out. You have to get yourself like a screwdriver to push in. So then that just slides in like this. And then if we grab the Hoover, the battery can stay on the Hoover, so you don't have to take it off to recharge it. This has also got a secondary battery charger down here. So if you do have another battery, you could then have this one charged down here and then have this one on charge up here. So we're going to slide that onto the Hoover, and then all that does is literally slide into here, and then that's how it charges. So you can have the attachments on there like this. That's the wrong way around. So if we put these on like that, you can then still whack it in like that and charge it. The only problem I can see, so we slide that in there and that charges like this, but if you have the telescopic bit, you know, out, obviously every time we finish with it, not that it's a big deal, but if you've got the telescopic bit out, then you're not actually going to be able to reach the charger as such. But that's not really a biggie. So I'll quickly open the soft action brush. This review's taken a lot longer than I thought because that took quite a while for me to set up. So, as I said, now we've got this one, we've now got nowhere to put it. So we're going to have this attachment and this attachment with nowhere to put them. So they're just going to be thrown in the cupboard under the stairs. Look at that. So we've got a box, and then inside that box we've got another box, and then inside that box we've got more plastic. Understand, keeping the product, you know, trying not to damage it, but come on. Alright, so that opens like that. And that is literally all that's in the box, and ooh, that feels nice. That feels like a what you paint the walls with. Genuinely, that's it. Literally feels like a foam roller. So we'll test that later. But as I said, we've got nowhere to put it, so these will end up getting damaged because they're literally just going to be lobbed in the cupboard under the stairs. Don't know about your house, but that's what happens in my house. But yeah, nothing there, and nothing else in there. So let's open up the big box. And the clean station is also pretty heavy, although I think it needs to be opened this way. So inside this box, we've got more boxes and more plastic. We're going to try and lift it out without damaging it. So be a lot of money wasted. So in this little box we've got more instructions, we've got more cardboard, the actual bag itself, to be fair, I don't actually know how this works. Oh, is that another? Oh right, so I think you actually get another dust chamber. Alright, cool, I didn't know that. I thought you just plopped it on that. So that's good to know. The plug for it, and that is it for that. So let's pull this out. Nothing else in the box. Down there, and there. That. Oh, yeah. It's not that heavy, to be fair. It's not as heavy as I thought, but it's quite a dead weight. So there's a lot of weight in a small area, so it's just a bit awkward. Although there is a handle in there. I think it's a handle. I'll leave it as a handle. I'm going to use it as a handle that you can pick it up like that. So that's how it sits. It's not actually as tall as I thought. I'll grab a tape measure and I'll actually measure the height of it along with this. But also the cable isn't actually the same as the other one. You know, that's the small two prong, and that's the big type, if you can see that. So, and this cable is again about 3-4 foot long maybe. So again, you can't probably move it that far. Once it's plugged in, you ain't gonna be able to move it that far. So there's a big push button, so I press the push button. Oh, it's like one of those cool bins. And there's a big gaping hole. So all we've done is plug it in. Sorry I can't get any closer, but due to the cable being so short and me not being asked to get an extension lead, that's how far away it's going to be. So I thought that this was a spare bin for the one on there, so you would swap them around, you know, while this one cleans. But it's actually not. You actually have to replace this one. So if we take this one off, we press the button on the front, we can get this bin off. But what we have to do is then twist it, take out the core of it, and then we don't get rid of this, but you don't need this one anymore. So what you then do is pop this one on, twist it, so now that's locked in place, and now this becomes your new bin. This becomes your new bin on the vacuum. So I've got some shreddies here. You see some honey shreddies because they're quite tasty. So we're going to crunch these ones up a little bit. That's a bit slow. So we crunch those up, grab this bit, and then we're going to move them up. I was holding down the bottom, I forgot you've only got to press the button. So that was on medium. It looks quite cool when it goes around because the shreddies inside. But you can see all the shreddies are now in there, but all of them's only about 6. So what we do now then is we press this button to release the bin on it. We press down on this, we open it up, and then all we do is push this down in here. So if I press this down, it is extremely noisy, by the way. It made me jump the first time I pressed it, it made me jump then again as well. So then when you then take this out, you have to shut the lid on the bottom. So that's actually how it works. So the vacuum pressure, I guess, pushes this open. To get to the dust bag that's inside, there's like 2 little recesses on the front, and then you pop this cover off just like that. And I mean, that's quite cheap. I mean, come on Samsung, I think your products are good, but you could do better than that. It's just a cheap bit. It's not even on a hinge, you know, you could break that. Well, anyway. And then once you open it up, kind of looks like a printer inside, I think, but we open this, and then we've then got access to the dust bag. So you would then, I believe the idea is then you would then just throw this in the rubbish bin, so then your hands never get dirty. But the only problem with this is that inside it you have one bag, and then in the box you have another bag. But if you then want replacements, if you do it properly, so you throw this bag away every time, on the Samsung website, they're £19 for a pack of 5. So does that mean you have to keep buying these? Well, obviously it does. You have to keep buying bags, then throw away. But surely, like once I've used Henry Hoovers and they've got the bags inside them, to save money, I just flip them upside down and then just pull out all the dust to save the money. So I don't really see the point of this at the moment, because okay, it's more hygienic as we can see, but is it really that hard to just take the top off and pour it into a bin? I guess they say like all the dust all then goes around in the air and all that stuff, but you give it like a day, it gets dirty again anyway. So that's how that works. So I'm going to do this in 2 videos, so this is just an unboxing. I'll do another video of actually using the Hoover and trying this a bit better. So come back here for part 2.